So here we have our latest model of fire hydrant Flowmeter, which is electromagnetic digital. Model is HP 500 Hydrant Pro. Comes in a hard case which has retractable handles and wheels for easy transport. Okay, so we've just taken delivery of our new Gould GI HP 500 fire hydrant Flowmeter. It's been fitted with Storz fittings which are appropriate for where we are in New South Wales. On the inlet, we've also got a swivel Storz, which allows you to orient the meter how you want it so you can read it clearly. Also comes with a ball valve, which has also been fitted with Storz fittings, and a USB charger, which you can use either in your vehicle or your office or workshop to charge the unit. It also comes with current calibration reports and instructions. So this is our latest and greatest hydrant flow meter. It's fully Australian made. We have a custom designed microprocessor, and it's housed within a 3D printed case that which we make ourselves with rubberized end caps as shock absorbers and 3D printed handle incorporated for ergonomic design. And the main body is 316 stainless steel and no moving parts. It's all electronic and digital. And it comes supplied with your nominated fire fittings, which could be QRT, BIC, or most commonly Storz. And it also comes with a ball valve, which has the same matching fittings as nominated. It also comes with a USB charger, which plugs in at the rear of the unit, and you can charge the unit either in your vehicle or your workshop or your office ready for action. You'll get at least 8 hours continuous operation time, and when you're charging it, you make sure that the unit's turned off because it charges much faster. So calibration wise, when we calibrate these on our recirculating flow rig in Townsville, we calibrated at 13 points, which gives it unparalleled accuracy and linearization. Most instruments you just calibrate at 1 or 2 points above zero, whereas we fully linearize our results. Same with pressure, 9-point calibration, which is quite unique, and quite proudly it's Australian made. So I'm going to run through the menu now, basic operation. So to turn the unit on, that's the button there. There's an information page, which is the right hand button, right hand arrow. Push that, enter. It'll give you the calibration due date, which is 12 months from when it was last calibrated, and the firmware version or the software version. When we calibrate annually, we also upgrade the software version to incorporate any new features that may have come along. So back to the configuration page, we have advanced, which is factory calibration factors and so on. We've got a flow filter, which you can enter into that, and you can increase or decrease your response time for the flow readings. If you want faster or slower updated readings, you can do that way. And then when you're happy, you enter on that. Down arrow to the next feature, which is your pressure filter, which you can just the same increase or decrease your pressure filter, which is your response time if you want faster or slower readings. And then you simply enter on that, and then you can go down to backlight and enter on that. You can increase or decrease your backlight to give a brighter reading, and a future version will also include a contrast adjustment if required. So back, return, that button there. So we're back on the main page. You've got a resettable total at the bottom as well, which you can reset with that down arrow. You'll notice at the top that there's a time and date, and also a battery indicator to indicate, in this case, it is fully charged, but as it goes down, it'll decrease, and obviously when it's charging, it'll indicate that it's charging. but you must turn the unit off when you're charging because it charges much faster. So on the rear of our hydrant flow meter, you'll notice that there's a quick start guide. There's also a USB charging port, which is accessible by removing the dust cap, charge in your vehicle or your office or what have you. There's also a serial number here, which you should note and keep a record of, keep the reports for it, but it will tell you when it's due for calibration in 12 months anyway. So next we're going to take it into the field and give you a live demonstration flow test, just to show you how good this instrument is. Happy testing, and thank you for buying Aussie made quality. So today we're at the PICAC Training Centre in Glenwood, New South Wales. They've kindly allowed us to do some testing on some of their facilities here. So I've brought along today our HP 500, which is a Hydrant Pro electromagnetic high accuracy flow meter made in Australia. And here we have a fire hydrant. So what we're going to do for a start is flush it out to make sure there's no rocks, debris, building materials or sand in the line before we hook our flow meter up, because we don't want to do any damage. Right, so the water looks nice and clean and clear, so we're ready to hook up the flow meter and carry out a flow test. Right, so now we're going to attach the flow meter to the hydrant, ready to do a test. We've got a swivel on the inlet of the flow meter to make it easier, so you can orient it however you like. So that's that. Now we're going to put the ball valve on the outlet. And now we are ready to commence testing. Right, so now we're hooked up, ready to go. We're going to do a flow test on this fire hydrant. You need to check with local jurisdictions because every state and many councils have different requirements, different flow rates at different pressures. So here we go, and bring the flow up. A little bit of back pressure because of the ball valve. 8. So we've got 10, 11 litres a second. A bit more back pressure. 200 kPa, 300 kPa. So there we go. So just a reminder that during a flow test, you can modify the filters for flow and pressure. If the readings are too slow or too fast, you can modify them as we explained in the introduction.